Hi, it's Bob Petruska here. Joe Dager and I have been toying with this idea of crowdsourcing ideas for the next 7 tools. Today I want to pique your interest about one that I think is important, and it has to do with the opportunity of risk. And I'd like to seek your input to this idea. Does it have merit? And how could it be used? So this will be a 3-minute video, and we're going to talk about risk. Thank you. So my question, in organization today, what will be the risk of not speaking up? Well, obviously, recently in the news, you know the consequences. I think there were many people involved in this debacle who knew what was going on, but somehow in the organization, there were roadblocks or some culture that wouldn't address the problem. So what do we do to fix this? And that's the topic of today. And risk can also be the credit card issues that Target has had as well. And I'm going to suggest we start by talking about the and-on light, a simple tool that was brought to us by Toyota, and you can buy one here from 5ssupply.com. And it's, like I say, it's inexpensive, easy to do. What's the challenge? Well, for me, it's always to put things into practice. We might learn something from Toyota or some other best-in-class organization or some person that has, with a great deal of knowledge. The question is, if we just put the tool in place, will it automatically work? So my question to you is, what's missing? And the answer, I think, is a policy. A policy is something that you would put in. It would answer this question: what happens when the and-on light is pulled? What is the response? And have it clearly defined, as well as agreed to, and maybe even more important than defined and agreed to, maybe adhered to is the better word for it. That there's an agreement, but people actually do what they say they're going to do. Speaks to leadership integrity, doesn't it? So how can we implement this idea of a policy in an office environment? Well, you say, well, Bob, we already have a whistleblower's procedure and human resource policy. I'm not talking about those. To me, a whistleblower is like, I've got to go outside of my organization to stop this nonsense. I'm saying, let's stop the nonsense in the organization, deal with it right away. So to do that, I'm looking for your suggestions. Do you think an and-on light can be applied in an office? Who's doing it? Also, can it be used to address risk in the way that we talked about here when an engineer is designing something? I think we need to explore the human performance system to make sure that the solution is implemented in a way that speaks to the entire system of performance. And the system of performance, I think human performance system is something that we might talk about later, but it's just to get things started. So what are your thoughts on this? Would an and-on light policy work? And what's your input? Or what do you suggest we do? Thank you very much.